Okay, this is a message for all of you Freddie Lee customers. You guys are being massively ripped off from a martial arts fraud. Freddie Lee is not a Sifu. He has never given such title to it, even by his former Sifu Sam Inc. And this guy, what he's teaching you guys, you guys are gonna get beat up in real life. I seen your videos of your sparring, and if that's all you guys do is light contact, no contact, and your so-called medium contact sparring, which is just like basically a schoolyard slapping contest. You guys are you guys are being ripped off. Definitely ripped off. And I don't know why you guys don't investigate about Freddie Lee or watch some of his videos. I'm gonna tell this, especially to you parents of Freddie Lee's kid students. Go to his channel and see some of his videos, his past videos. Freddie Lee was known to say a lot of hurtful things, a lot of negative things about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and mixed martial arts. He called the grappling to be homoerotic, and this guy, he always criticized BJJ and MMA, and that brought him a lot of negative attention in turn. And he says that his martial arts, his view of kung fu, is for the streets, which I find it as a joke. If you guys think that slapping around, poking at your opponent, and all this other. Also, one thing is, I noticed that a lot of you students do a lot of grappling. Freddie Lee himself does a lot of grappling. Hell, he has he's putting up videos of his kids wrestling. Freddie Lee admitted that grappling is just a contest of strength, in which that shows that he knows diddly squat. He knows so little about the martial arts. I'm going to tell you this, grappling is it's mostly about leverage. It's mostly about skill. Strength does play some part in grappling, but a loose grappler will always beat a muscle-bound idiot. And you guys remember the reason why Freddie Lee was kicked out of YouTube. I haven't seen that video in which Freddie Lee got kicked out of YouTube myself, but I heard from others that his video has showed him pointing a gun at the camera and was threatening anybody that was going to challenge him. Freddie Lee used to do a lot of challenge fights. No, he wanted to challenge any of his haters, any BJJ practitioner, any MMA practitioner, even pro UFC fighters. That's how crazy that guy is. Freddie Lee is a very crazy person. I don't know why people are training under him. Okay, yeah, there's some moments he seems nice, but if you guys watch some of his videos, he comes out really angry. He comes out as a really angry person. And what I found disturbing is that in one of his latest videos of him supposedly teaching his kids wrestling, let me tell you this. First of all, Freddie Lee he is not a qualified wrestling instructor. He has no qualification in teaching grappling. Hell, the man himself said it, that grappling is homoerotic. He had many videos bashing on grappling. But the hypocrite himself does a lot of it. So that out of the way, one of his videos, he was yelling at a husky kid with the blue shirt on.
Huh? Come on! Let's wrestle. Why not? Why are you laughing? Huh? How you think you make them feel? Go sit down.
he was yelling at him if he wanted to wrestle Freddie Lee, and which I find it unprofessional. Okay, remember, guys, these are still kids, and I know, teaching kids martial arts can be tough. I've seen that through my own martial arts instructors. However, what Freddie Lee did is not professional. And also, if you guys notice, if you checked out a lot of his videos, it's kind of funny. He started doing a lot of videos showcasing his kid students. Okay, I know it's summer vacation, but I think this is a response from him of my many videos of me showing this clip of him sparring with this little black student, and he was bringing him down and doing grounding and pounding, and he was taking it all serious like if he was an adult.
No talking.
And I think this is a way of Freddie Lee showing that he could teach kid students well. I'm gonna tell you this again, guys. You guys are now learning valuable things from Freddie Lee. Freddie Lee actually has a few years of actual kung fu training under Sifu Saming. He only knows 3 years worth of Chole Fut and Wing Chun. That's pretty much it. And also, I don't know what happened for Freddie Lee. Supposedly, there are rumors online that supposedly he got kicked out of the Ing Family Martial Arts Association. I wouldn't be surprised because Freddie Lee, the way he is and was, and I think, no, he had a video saying that he was a very violent person when he was young. I wouldn't be surprised he got kicked out. And other than his few years in kung fu, he dabbled in different with different martial arts stylists in his Fighters United club he had in his college years, and basically he admitted that none of the people that he trained under were of instructor level. So there's that. And I noticed that he's starting to pass some of the techniques, some of the techniques that he learned from his police academy years as his as martial arts training. So basically, Freddie Lee doesn't know a lot about the martial arts in the first place. And his sparring videos proves that. In his computer, in his website, supposedly he does hard contact sparring, but there's never a video about that. And also, what I don't like about Freddie Lee is that sometimes in his sparring matches, if his students lands a couple of hits on him, he will respond. He will respond with a barrage of slaps and a lot of hits, like a berserker. And also, I've been showing this clip right here of him hitting his students with full contact punches.
You good?
He hit a student with full contact punches in a medium contact sparring match. Freddie Lee cannot control himself. He can't, because he's just a beginner in reality. And also, the man uses Nerf guns as some part of firearms training at his school. If you guys want to learn anything about firearms, please go to a shooting range and go learn from actual instructors over there. As a matter of fact, if you guys want to learn martial arts, go to legitimate places. If you guys want to go learn kung fu, please. If you guys go visit the Ing Family Martial Arts Association, it's a really good school. I've been there a few months myself. And Sifu Sam he's a pretty good teacher. with that out of the way, I'm going to show you guys comparisons between Sifu Sam's school, in which Freddie Lee supposedly learned from, and some of the stuff that Freddie Lee does.
Watch the power, guys. Come on, work the technique. There's it.
Break.
Come on, Michael. Nice, nice.
Continue. Hey! Hey!
Nice.
Go! Go, 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 go. Go, Michael. Go!
Nice.
Yes.
Kicks, knees, clinching, everything. Completely free. Spinning bean choys, all that stuff. Yeah. Nice.
Okay, did you guys see that? At the Ing Family Martial Arts, some of the students and even the instructors, they participate in full contact Sanda kickboxing. While Freddie Lee, on the other hand, he doesn't do that. He doesn't believe in competition fighting. Why is that? Well, the most obvious reason that Freddie Lee doesn't support any competition fighting or have his students participate in competition is because if his students go to competition against other kung fu stylists, that's when Freddie Lee's fraudulence will be shown. It will be revealed. If his students go fight any of the students that do full contact Sanda kickboxing at the Ing Family Martial Arts Association, they'll get their asses kicked. Hell, I'm betting dollars to donuts that almost all the instructors at the Ing Family Martial Arts Association will kick Freddie Lee's ass. That's the difference between the skills of Freddie Lee compared to real kung fu practitioners. What Freddie Lee does is not kung fu. It is not martial arts. It's just a bad mockery of the martial arts. Freddie Lee has been exposed as a fraud on the internet. And you guys, there's a reason why Freddie Lee has such bad reputation. Because he is not qualified to teach anybody anything. You guys are being ripped off. Please, go look at other martial arts places, the way how they train. They're wasting your time at Freddie Lee's so-called modern kung fu. And I don't know, Freddie Lee is to me, he's a crazy person. One day I think this guy might go over the edge one day and probably hurt himself or others. And remember, this guy has access to a firearm. And, I fear that one day he might do something stupid with his firearm. And, yeah, again, you guys are wasting your time. Wasting your money. Freddie Lee, in reality, all he really cares is about money. That's what he really cares about. He doesn't really care about teaching you guys quality martial arts. He cares about money, his image. He has deluded himself. He fooled himself believing that he's a martial arts master. He is not. He's a poser. He lies to himself. He lies to you guys through teaching you bullshit techniques that will get you beat up. God forbid that any of you guys get into a situation in which you have to use some of the stuff that Freddie Lee taught you guys. Those little slaps that you guys do to each other, you guys are going to get beat up for real. And what I also don't like about Freddie Lee is that he always picks on the very, very, very beginners. He always beats up beginners in order to prove himself that he's a good martial artist. Okay, here, let me show you this clip of Freddie Lee going at it between this guy who should be your martial arts instructor. Take a look.
Same thing we're doing before. We'll go fast.
Well, isn't that embarrassing? Freddie Lee even shoved the guy who was trying to pick him up out of compassion. Freddie Lee has a very big ego that is very poisonous. I mean, you guys should be learning from that man that faced Freddie Lee. He made Freddie Lee look like an absolute beginner. And these two were actually of equal skill. Freddie Lee would have been, embarrassed by that. You guys are being ripped off. I kind of find it funny is that Freddie Lee's latest videos with his kids, breaking boards, doing stuff that's not about martial arts. Those are the typical signs of a McDojo. A McDojo being a rip-off school teaching you watered-down martial arts. That's what you guys are intending. You guys are attending a McDojo. That's why Freddie Lee doesn't want to go into competition fighting. That's another thing that McDojos do. They don't like competition. They don't go into competition. And another claim that McDojos do is that they teach a martial arts so dangerous for competition, which is utter bullshit. Again, you guys go learn at different schools. Go to styles that are respected and proven. If you guys want to try traditional martial arts, another traditional martial art, please be careful. There's a lot of bullshitters in the traditional martial arts. Hell, I dare you guys to go to an MMA school and see the difference between that what the MMA schools do and to Freddie Lee. MMA schools, they're not afraid of going full contact, but Freddie Lee, on the other hand, he likes going full contact to his beginner students, but his beginner students can't really do anything. What's also funny is that after seeing his sparring matches, I have yet to see any of Freddie Lee's students go berserk like him, or actually give Freddie Lee a full contact strike back at him. Again, you guys, you're being ripped off, and hopefully you will be woke by the fact that Freddie Lee is a massive fraud.